folks, I am Tommy NC 2010 and welcome back to the most electrifying show here on YouTube. I am Tommy NC 2010, the man in the dark with the super white teeth is David Thornton. He is an actor. How are you doing, Mr. Thornton, by the way?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing swell. You have quite a thick resume. Like, looking at your background, you look like you have a hand in theater, you have a hand in cosplay, and also you have your hand in the acting world. Also, it looks like.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I've been all over the place.
Now, one of the main things we have here is you're in this movie, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know this guy. I gotta get him on Tommy Talks to get an interview with this guy, to ask him, to dive in and ask him about. Now, you play the evil psychotic clown, Art the Clown. Am I right?
You're correct.
How does somebody get into a role like that? Like, you play a mute, basically. Like,
yeah. For me, it was, I don't know, I've always been good at playing villains. I have no problem, like, going into those type of characters. I just kind of pulled from a lot of different places. Oddly enough, not from a lot of villains, but more from, like, old silent film actors and stuff like that.
Is Art a demon?
I don't know if I can really say exactly what he is or who he is yet, but we're going to explore that in future films.
So you're saying that there's going to be a sequel?
Yes. Yes, we're in...
I love it! I love it! I honestly, like, because, like, there's so much that is, like, I'm curious that if they're going to go, folks, if you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. It's, I'm just going to warn you that it is a really gory film. It's on Netflix, Terrifier. Terrifier. And it is an incredible film. A lot, do you do a lot of your stunts? Because it looks like you did every fall, every hit, you took your own stunts.
Yeah, pretty much. The only stunt I did not do was driving the truck through the doors. Our producer, Phil Falcone, who is like totally the opposite of me physically. He's this short, chubby Italian guy. He was like, I'm the only one that's going to do this. I trust myself. I'm going to drive through this door. So we're like, okay. So we like put him a little bit of clown makeup and had him drive through. For that that split second where you see him drive through, that's Phil. But everything else I did myself with the stunts.
So what was the hardest part of working on this movie? Was there any physical or difficult parts of working on this movie?
Ooh, I would say just like it was the late hours because we filmed at night. So we would film from like, gosh, we would film for like 12 hours. We would usually wrap around like 9 o'clock in the morning whenever the sun came out. Sometimes earlier, sometimes later. It depended. So that was probably the most grueling part of it, especially one of the places we were located in was we had no heat or running water, and it was in the middle of like right when the weather was starting to get cold. Mm-hmm. So that was a little bit miserable, especially when you had all that blood on you and you had to wash it off, and you didn't have the real means of washing it off. So I basically had to take a horse bath and use like bottled water to like just casually scrub it away with paper towels.
How long did it take you to get all that makeup on and just and I noticed that the makeup never really smeared. Now, was that like a mask and like with detailed makeup?
Yes, yeah, that was it was a silicone mask that Damien made. He made a mold of my face and he sculpted the mask off of that and would make new masks for every night of shooting because they would get ruined when I had to take them off. But he would like put that on and then he would paint it all with white, and it was this really good makeup he used on so it didn't smear or anything like that. Same with the black, all that would stay.
Now,
and it took about 4 hours, I would say, to put on usually.
Now, folks, I'm going to warn you. One thing about this movie is there's a particular scene in this movie. If you're male or female, this will make you, for the heart of it, make you grit your teeth. And basically, Art strings up this girl's friend, and you'll never look at a handsaw, again after you watch this scene. My friend Ashley has a question for you. How'd you guys make that look so real?
Well, we filmed it in different parts. We actually filmed that in like 3 different nights in 2 different locations. We filmed the first part with Jenna, who played Tara, because she had to leave us to go film the Bye Bye Man. So we filmed her stuff first, and like a few months later, we switched to another location due to some setbacks we had, and that we filmed all the scenes with Catherine, who played Dawn, with her upside down. We would only let her film for like 30 seconds at a time, then we would swing her back up so she didn't get too sick or anything like that. And then another night we came back in and we had a full body cast we had made of her, and I actually got to saw that thing in half with the hacksaw.
That, honestly, I'm a man, and like, I know that scene. Because, like, you're starting from the crotch. Like, he is sawing this woman in half from the crotch. It even shows you, I had to look down from that scene.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome.
I gotta say, I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but there's a lot in this movie for you to digest. And I understand, I'm a Joker fan also, and I understand that you cosplay the Joker, and I understand that you do a little bit of, you kind of have your own Joker. Could you give us a taste?
Oh, you want to hear a little bit of Joker, do you? Oh, it's so much fun playing this character. I absolutely love him. It brings a smile to my face.
Oh my god, man. Now, I understand, what plays, I understand that you've done some plays, and what I've seen, you've been in the live version of The Grinch.
Yes. I did that for 5 years, yes.
How long have you been in acting, would you say?
Oh boy, I would say basically since I was out of the womb. I started doing like children's theater growing up, and I eventually moved on to doing like, school theater, then like community theater, then college theater, then moved off to New York and did all this up here. So, it's been a steady progression. But I've been a lifelong actor, I would say.
Now, I'm curious, with the movie itself, were you picked from a specific amount of actors, or did you just audition? They were just like, you have the face for this role.
I don't know how many other actors auditioned for Art, but I did go in for a open call audition for it that my agents had gotten for me, and I guess I just knocked it out of the park. They asked me in the room if I wanted to come in for a makeup test. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I wish that happened at every audition.
Wow.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was a very different audition, too, because I wasn't given any materials to prepare beforehand. Like, it had no script or anything like that. So I had to improvise my whole entire audition on the spot where I decapitated a guy, and that's what got me the role. It's like, it's a good thing to know how to do improv.
Decapitating a guy.
Yeah, as you do.
Question for you: what's with the? I'm trying to understand. What's with the fecal matter? By the way,
every art speaks to different people in different ways, so that's his thing, I guess.
I was trying to connect the dots. I'm like,
yeah.
Now, I have a feeling that Art is going to become a cult classic. And I think that I really think that he's going to be up there with a lot of the legends. Freddy, Jason, Leatherface. I just think that there's going to be more build, and I see you're building a fan base. I see you've been to millions of conventions signing autographs.
Yeah, it's been a nuts. It's all kinds of nuts. It's just like this. I'm still wrapping my brain around it all. Especially this year, I'm going to a lot of conventions. I do my first one this year next week in Atlanta, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be at Days of the Dead, so that's going to be fun. And I think I have at least 12 more scheduled for the year already, and I'm like, this is great. I love it.
May I ask, when do you guys start filming the part 2?
Well, right now, Damien's almost finished writing the first draft, and so after he's done with that, we're going to start shopping it to hopefully get a studio to back us and, give us money. Because, yeah, it would be nice to have a bigger budget this time around.
Have you guys thought about going to an idea that would be good for you guys? Have you thought about going to Netflix? Because Netflix is very... they let you get away with anything. Like, they have sex on there, and there's murder, explosions, people getting their legs, and all their series. I think if you guys took this movie to Netflix, the sequel, I really think that you guys would get it made, because...
We'll see. Oh, we're totally open to it. I think they're different, especially since we've already been on Netflix. That's always they already know about us and stuff like that. That's one thing we've discussed. I mean, we'd love to have a big studio behind us too, like Blumhouse or something like that as well. It's like, we just really want a bigger budget this time because we made this on such a small little piddly budget. I don't want to give the real numbers out because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I'm going to say it was a lot less than you're probably thinking.
Looking at the production value and looking at what you guys provided in the movie, it really looked like that, you guys were working on a high budget, and just for every scene, I gotta say that I'm not trying to kiss your ass here. I mean, I'm just so happy to have such a A-class actor like you here on my show, and that the fact that I know who you are. And the reason why I know this gentleman, folks, is because I am friends with my DP, Andrew Wonder, and I sent him a friend request a while back ago. And I the reason why I sent you a friend request is because it was your character. It was just your profile picture.
Yeah. That's a crazy picture.
Oh yes. By the way, I made that the thumbnail for this interview. I took the thumbnail from your face.
That's great. By the way, how do you know Andrew again?
Andrew worked on a project with Andrew shot my whole entire episode of MTV's Made. He basically gave up a whole entire career in parkour, shooting a whole entire parkour series to come and shoot. You do know that Andrew was the first person to be a part of MTV's Made. He was like the first person to be on there. He was on episode 1.
Oh, wow. I never realized that. That's awesome. I haven't talked to Andrew in a while. I need to send him a message, say hi and stuff like that.
Yeah, I tried texting. I know not to call him because I know he's a busy guy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I sometimes he says, "Oh yeah, I'm in Baruba. I'm filming something." I'm like,
that's nuts. Yeah, I did years ago. We did some spec commercials for Hershey's chocolate. He did a kind of very like Robot Chicken like, where he had toys from the 80s, and he was like doing a mashup of them. Like one of them had all the Power Rangers and Voltron together. There's another one where it was like Barbie and My Little Pony just chilling around, and there was another one that was a Care Bear and He-Man. And so I was his voice for He-Man and also Skeletor, but they never actually used Skeletor in the sketch. But also, I think I did one of the Power Rangers too, and one of the sketches too. It was a cool idea. They're just sitting around chilling and eating Hershey bars together. But I guess like it never got made, or released nationally because probably trying to get the rights to the characters was probably a nightmare. But it was still fun. But that's how I got to know Andrew.
Thank you for the subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. I get notifications when I get...
Oh, yeah. Yay!
Awesome sauce. Thank you so much. And that's definitely sounds awesome, man. Like I know that Andrew does a lot of work with different people.
Yeah.
And but yeah, the other night, me and my friend Ashley are at the house, and she wants to watch a horror movie, and I'm like, okay, I got something for you. And I said, I'm just gonna warn you that this movie is a little more violent than some other movies. And, and she's like...
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. A little fecal matter. A little blood. A little fecal matter and blood never hurt anybody,
Yeah, it never hurt anybody. Except for the victims.
By the way, some of the things that you did in this movie, some of the kills were just... it looked like it was a high budget. Some of the decapitations, some of the just all around gore in this movie it was so extreme and on its level. Besides Terrifier, sorry, I'm Terrorizer. Besides Terrorizer, what other projects do you have in the future that can you tell us are?
Well, right now I'm in between projects. I've been doing a lot auditioning for a few animated series and stuff like that. So hopefully something's gonna stick. But I'm just right now doing a bunch of conventions and waiting for Terrifier 2 to be made. I'm also still whenever they need me to film the last bit of season 3 Nightwing Escalation, where I play the Joker. Our Batgirl right now she's with child at the moment, so we can't do a lot of stuff with her at the moment, so we have to wait for her to have the baby. So we're like, oh well, put things on hold.
So if you're a Batman fan, I have a question for you. What is your opinion on... I think something's wrong with your plug, because I keep hearing
Yeah, I think that it says poor connection or something like that right now. I don't know what's going on with the internet.
I keep hearing this. I hope, but don't worry, it's okay.
Okay.
What do you think about?
Oh, that's probably my roommate's cat. She makes noises sometimes.
Oh, what is your opinion on Batgirl and Batman doing the dirty on top of the roof in The Killing Joke?
No. That was wrong. That was all kinds of wrong. No, he would not do that. That was so out of character.
Yeah, was that even... I'm curious, was that even in the graphic novel?
No, that's never happened in the comics either. That's like she and Dick have hooked up, but not... No. Bruce would never do that to... No.
Did you just say him and Dick would hook up?
No, she and Dick would hook up.
I knew it!
I said she, not he.
Hey, he did take an 11-year-old boy in a bat cave. He is suspect.
Yeah, well, you never know.
I can't help it. I can't reach certain parts of my body. I can't help it if I pick my scabs.
Yeah, come on, Dick. It's like, oh no. Oh, bless his heart.
So you're doing the voice for the Joker.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, when can we expect to, is this going to be a movie or is this a part of a show?
Oh, it's a web series. It's a fan-made web series. A few of the episodes are already up for season 3. It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, folks. And what's the name of that series again, so people can check that out?
It is called Nightwing Escalation.
Nightwing Escalation. So, folks, I should have asked you for some links to things so people could check you out and stuff like that.
You can just put that in the search engine on on YouTube and you'll find it. I'm in season 3, so they had a different Joker, I think, for one episode in one of the first seasons, but they didn't go with him. So it's like, oh well.
Certain people, I think that certain people have a voice for the Joker, but I think that there's Mark Hamill, Now, I think that personally that you should be credited as one of the people. Oh, this is a fan series, am I right?
Correct, yeah.
So
no
it's not
affiliation
any-
at all to DC.
It's not in canon. Wait a minute, is that with Star Wars, or is that I'm confused here, or is that Batman and Star Wars kind of like canon also?
Yeah, this is not in canon either. It's kind of like an Elseworld story in some ways, I guess you could say. We take a different approach to some things, yeah.
Interesting. That's definitely. I gotta say that you definitely have. But folks, I just want to say, if you want to watch this movie, check out Netflix. Terrifier. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
Yes. Check out Terrifier on Netflix. This right here. This gentleman right here plays Art the Clown, and just would you give a demonstration of how Art acts?
Oh, I could. He makes no sound, so I'll just do the little wave to you.
Okay. Oh my God.
He's got those big old teeth, so it's just like, ugh, those teeth are nasty.
Are not your teeth? Those are
No. They made a mold, and I put like the fake teeth in. It's a good thing I don't talk, because I would sound like a hillbilly or something like that, because I'm just like, the whole time. I would talk so much when they would stop filming, and people would just start laughing because of the way I looked, and they would hear this like, "Hi, can you get me some water over here? I want some water." Don't die.
Now, is there any particular actors that have inspired you to be who you are today?
Oh gosh, yeah. Like especially with art. I mean, I was influenced by like Buster Keaton, the Marx Brothers, all those guys, Chaplin, also Rowan Atkinson, Jim Carrey, Doug Jones, and of course like my really good friend Stephen Carl, who recently passed away back in August. He was
sorry for your loss.
he was our Grinch with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but a lot of people might know him as Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town.
Oh
yeah,
my God! Yes.
Yeah.
You were friends with him?
Yeah, I was his understudy.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! That's insane.
Yeah, he was awesome. I mean, he was just such an amazingly talented man and just so kind-hearted. That was a loss to the world. It's like he should have been a lot more famous than he was, because he had just such a gift there, and it's a shame that his life was cut short so early in life, that he could have gone with all that. It's just like So I like to think I carry on his legacy in some ways.
That's very good, man. That's a very honorable thing to say about him. And I've only seen bits and pieces of Lazy Town, and that people have carried it into a meme. And it grows on. And I have to say, one thing I say about actors is when an actor hits that limit and they kind of like don't go anywhere with their career, but the thing is, after they pass, their legend grows.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he will die. He may die in front of our eyes, but his legend will grow.
Yes, exactly. And I tend to keep helping that legend grow too, because he's the one that really helped fine-tune my skills, especially with clowning and all that kind of stuff. So I put a lot of what he taught me into art. So you see a lot of him in Art the Clown too.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. He was an awesome guy.
Now, is there anything you would like to plug before we end the show here?
Oh, just if I can remember right offhand, I'm doing a few cons coming up. That I'm doing Days of the Dead next week in Atlanta, and then in February I'm doing one of the cons up in Edmonton, Canada, and I'm also doing a convention in Charlotte for Mad Monster Party at the end of February as well. And then I got several more coming out during the year, but I'll be posting all that stuff on like my Facebook, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff during the year. But if you want to follow me on those, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram under some variation of David Howard Thornton. and I'll be there.
That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. And I tell you what, I can't wait for Terrifier 2.
I can't either. I mean, we have I haven't seen the whole script yet, but I know some scenes that Damien's put into it, and they're gonna be nuts, just absolutely nuts. I can't wait to film some of those. It's just gonna be so much fun.
I definitely can't. I want to say thank you so much, David, for coming on
You're
here.
welcome.
And
You're very
as always, folks, I'm Tommy NC2010, and this is David over here, and he is a legendary actor. And check out Terrifier on Netflix. I guarantee you'll be grabbing your crotch and cringing your teeth when you watch this movie. But thank you so much, folks. As always, I'm Tommy NC2010, and I'm keeping you on the inside fact. And also, folks, at 9 o'clock, tune in to the Foul Mouth Network. They come on, and I might be on there at some point, maybe. I don't know. But tune into the Foul Mouth Network. They'll be coming on also. As always, I'm Tommy NC2010. I tip my hat to you, and everybody, stay positive.